You already know what it is. Your boy DJ Waffles on the check-in. Listen, 24/7 magazine right here. Y'all see Carly Red on the front. I'll probably be on the front one next time. Who knows? But make sure y'all stay locked. Make sure y'all follow him. Make sure y'all follow me. It's going down like a plane crash 8.
Let's start off at the beginning, man. Tell me how you came up in the DJ game.
So basically, I was working with Deborah Annie, which is Waka Flocka's mom. I was over there at B100 Radio as an engineer for maybe like I've been over there for like 5 years. But when I came on as an engineer, I started playing the music for everybody. So as I was playing the music, I just knew what to play for all the shows because I would sit there and engineer and learn how to engineer all the shows. So within the day, I was probably doing like 8 to 12 shows. It just all depended, and I would be there from morning to night. So my love was always for music because I had managed the artist at that time and point. But as I learned music more, it was like I wanted to be a DJ. I wanted to play the music for the people. So one day, my homeboy Terrell, he was at my house and he was like, "Why don't you become a DJ?" And I was like, "Become a DJ?" I'm like, "Nah, that ain't for me." And then it was on New Year's night. He was at my crib. He was like, "Yo, why don't you become a DJ?" And I was like, "You think so?" He's like, "Yeah." He was like, "You already know what you're doing. You already know how to play the music." I took it, did it, out of there.
So you're originally from New York, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn, New York.
Now, does that have, working with Deb and her being originally from up that way, did the connection come that way or did it come later on?
No, the connection kind of came was because I was managing an artist, and I had brought an artist down to like a radio station, and then the artist had became a personality, and when the artist became a personality, I became the engineer. So it kind of started to work, and then it just was like a match made in heaven. She became my manager, and I just started doing what it is that I was doing, and then that's how a lot of things had started coming my way. But I had to put the work in to actually get in those positions that I've been in.
So what made the artist decide to pursue that route versus staying an artist meeting Deb?
Because it was crazy. Because when she went to actually meet for the interview, because I was bringing her for an interview, and I was like, for some apparent reason, I got a feeling that you're gonna become his host. And it was weird because we sitting in the front office, and the next thing you know, when he was done with his interview, he's like, "Yo, I like your energy. Why don't you become my host?" It was weird. I swear to God, that's how it happened. Then she became the host, and then me being the manager, and we down here from New York, we going back and forth. It was like, "Hey, I want to bring you on as my co-host." So with me managing, I used to always be there. So by me being there, then that's how I became the engineer because I started to see how everything operated, and Dev gave me the opportunity to create B100. So
all right, so you've been down in Atlanta for a while now. Can you kind of explain Atlanta culture and the fact that a lot of people come down here to make things happen, and sometimes you just meet the right people and things flourish?
First of all, it's overcrowded. Nah, but being from New York, and I'll say I was here for like 5 years. It's changed. It's changed drastically. Like you do get a lot of people that move from all over the place. The traffic's getting crazy, but the culture is so driven by everybody. So many different counterparts. You got people from Detroit. You got people from New York. You got people from Cali. So it's just like a melting pot. And if you in here and this is what you really want to do, and you just not about the coin and you really about the culture, it's a blessing to be in the music industry in Atlanta.
So with it being overcrowded, don't you think that there's at the same rate that people are moving in, people are also leaving? Because I've seen, me being from Indianapolis, I've seen people leave. They come down here and they last, some of them a few months, some of them a few years.
Right, because it all depends on what you're doing. You got to stick to your lane, and you really got to understand what's actually happening. So if you get caught up being in the clubs every day, trying to catch up, trying to figure out what's going on, you're gonna get lost. So now you really got to make sure you balance what it is that you're doing and what you're trying to bring to the culture, so you don't oversaturate yourself. And then people will love you for you. It's just like 48 laws of power. Like sometimes you just got to distance yourself, and then when you pop up, people actually love you. So that's all you have to do, and you just got to consistently work and do what it is that you have to do. You can't get caught up into what everybody else is doing.
Right.
If you get caught up in what everybody else is doing, then you're lost. But if you in the realm where you're creating for yourself, you're gonna be like, all right, I'm good. Yeah.
All right. So as time has been going on, the technology is abundant out here. At the same time, you remember how everybody used to rap?
Right.
Now everybody's has become photographers, videographers, people of that nature, and also the DJ. With all of the technology, How do you feel about the current state of the DJ and where you guys are going in the future?
See, me, I was kind of ahead of the curve. You see what I'm saying? Especially like say like a DJ Smalls. Yo Gotti's DJ fell back. Now you got the YouTube thing going on or whatever stuff like that. As a DJ, you got to find out how you actually fit in the culture. Yeah, you're gonna be able to spin clubs and stuff like that, but how do you actually sustain in a situation like this? So what I did was I started hosting. I did my own podcast. I do my own playlist. I DJ for big people, Kent Bazemore, Dwight Howard, Cash Doll. Like I did stuff that made sense for my brand to expand it. Then I go to city after city. I just was in Detroit. I just was in South Carolina, taking my brand and putting it in different places that other DJs possibly don't even think about. So that's how it works for me.
Earlier this year, or actually a few days ago, which I sent you in a text message, I came across a photo of you and our publication, and I didn't even know. So one thing about traveling and just being active, sometimes you come across people and then you meet them later on down the line. Tell us a bit about what you were doing at South by Southwest and your purpose.
So what's so crazy? It was like one of my friends called me like right before maybe like 2 months before South by Southwest, and he was like, "Hey, you're gonna do South by Southwest," and I was like, "How I'm gonna do South by Southwest? Don't you know stages cost money and shit like that?" So he's like, "Yeah," he was like, "You're gonna do it," and I'm like, "How am I gonna do this with no money?" You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about, he's like, I'm usually going down there to DJ for artists when I go down there and network a little bit or whatever. He's like, nah, you're going to level up. You're going to do a second, third or whatever. So I'm speaking of one of my good friends, Evan. He works for LVR. He does like the marketing promotion. That's what Black and Big Baby Drum, they resonate, Summer Walker. So he's like, hold on. So he puts me on three-way with the promoter from Peckerheads. And he's like, yeah, this is DJ Waffles. Nice to meet you or whatever. DJ Waffles, he's the promoter for this club. We're going to book this club or whatever, stuff like that. All right, cool. He was like, how much? He was like, all right, cool. He was like, all right, we're going to put the money down. So he went and put the money down, and I'm on the phone like, holy shit, they just making me do a stage, and I don't even know. So after that happened, he was like, it's time for you to do what it is that you got to do. So before you know it, I got somebody create a flyer, did what I was supposed to do. Before you know it, I was at like 500 RSVPs, and I shut the RSVPs off. He got mad at me. He was like, yo, what are you doing? You're not supposed to shut it off. So before you know it, the day of the show, I had like 1,400 RSVPs. Knowing that this place can't hold 1,400 RSVPs. I had a dope lineup. I had 35 artists. I got kicked out the club at the last artist. So it worked out. It worked out for me. That's what I did when I was in South by Southwest turning up.
Gotcha. So currently, we're at Rolling Out headquarters.
Definitely.
You just finished interviewing some artists. Tell us a little bit about this show and what you do here.
Man, this is a great platform. Shout out to Romeo International. He actually plugged me in with Rolling Out a couple of months ago, and they let me create the podcast platform where I just interview like a lot of dope independent artists, because I think I'm the guy that's for the people, like baby Jesus. Like if I can help y'all, this is what I do or whatever. So I just had this artist named She Real. She's dope. She's from New York. She's like crazy. Then I had Trey Cash. He's actually from 45 minutes out of Atlanta. He's like super dope. I had the likes of like I had Deb on here. I had Johnny Blaze. I had Tiffany Evans. I had Yusuf that actually runs A3C. I said Sue H-Rip. I had like so many different people. Like I just bring the people to me. Like I get in platforms where I could bring the people to me and I could sit down and talk about their story just like you're talking to me about mine.
Now, another artist you're working with currently is Cyrus.
Yes.
And you have the affiliation A&R for Young Millennium Records.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So listen, man, that was a blessing. Shout out to Lena over there. She just I had interviewed Cyrus on the radio, and it was like he felt like I gave him the best interview ever. So she called me, and it was like hard for her to chase me down to DJ. And then it was like she asked me to do an event. I couldn't do the event. And then the next time she called me to book me to DJ for him, he was opening up for the Migos, Cardi B, and Moneybagg Yo. And it was like crazy. I'm like, he opened up for who? So she flew me out, made sure that I did what I was supposed to do. We turned up. It was an amazing show. And then she started building the roster even more. And then I was like, I'll help you. Like, I'm down for the cause. And then she was like, you know what? I want to make you my A&R. And once she made me her A&R, I just started helping like all the artists that she has on the label, putting their projects together. Me and Cyrus, we just did a mixtape. Matter of fact, we was just in the studio last night. So, that actually works.
All right, so with the label being called Young Millennium Records, you guys are focusing on the younger talent, correct?
Definitely. Like, we got Cyrus, we got Callie Rock, she's from Miami. We got Joe Levert's daughter, Cameron Levert, she's from Vegas. We got Kaya. Those are like the main. Those are like the main four as of right now. But there's a couple more.
All right. So with that being said, what do you guys have planned? You as a DJ, and then also the label within the next couple months.
So the label is basically like trying to push out the projects. Cyrus is like the forefront. Kaya's back in the studio. Cameron, she's like touring. Callie, she just dropped a record that's going like viral on social media. She just had like people dancing to it and stuff like that. So what I think I might do, I might just do a label compilation. And they know me as a DJ, I'm gonna move it because I got Spotify playlists, I got radio, I'm an MP3 wax DJ. Like, I'll move them around as much as possible, but I know that these guys really have the talent. So once it hits, it hits.
All right. So aside from that, within the last few days or so, there's been a list.
Okay.
A list of top MCs.
Okay.
Now, with you being from New York, I don't know if the person who created this list was from up that way.
Who was on the list? Like,
a lot of people on this list are New York, northern-based artists.
Right.
With a few.
Who is the top 5 that you if you can say?
I know the usual. Jay.
Right, I can see.
M is up there somewhere. Nas is, of course. It's always the same list.
Okay, I get that. I get that.
We don't know who made the list, as far as I know right now, but it caused a big old debate.
Right.
And I would like to know, in your opinion, who's top 5.
My top 5. Jay-Z would definitely have to be number 1. Number 2 would have to be Pusha T. Number 3 will have to be Biggie. Number 4 will have to be... It's just something about Kendrick. Number 5. I want to say Drake, but it's just like so far left for me would be I don't know. Drake could be number 5, but I'm just like I don't know, cause I like lyricists. I like stuff that I could just reach in. I could be like, all right, you know what would be so crazy? You probably be like, Waffles, where the hell did you even get this from? I would say Jim Jones. As weird as it seems, but I just feel like, to me, not lyrically, but I just feel like he has some of the best ad libs in the world. Him and Jadakiss like has the like my tie for 5. Like, they're like some of the best people to make ad libs. If you ever listen to their music and just listen to their ad libs alone, like, to me that's kind of dope for me.
Well, it's an interesting top 5.
Definitely.
I like to hear those kind, because the rest of them just seem so cliche. Like, you've heard so many people say who the top 5 is that people just keep repeating it.
Yeah.
One of my tops of all time happens to be Tech Nine, and
definitely
he's a person who he's literally touched every type of genre of music, and his show game,
and his show game is like ridiculous.
It's like I with him and Jay, I I give Tech the edge, because I don't think Jay is ventured off as far into other types of music and like the rock and the real. Jay-Z
is just basically like more so blueprint music. It's just like, let me give you the advice, let me show you how cool it was, and let me show you how you make it out of it. That's all he's gonna give you.
Right.
just enough to be like, all right, I taught you this, I taught you that, I taught you this, I taught you that. Just align yourself. However you fit in my music, you fit in it. Right. It's just really
so somebody like Tech who he kind of embodies. He's creative.
Definitely.
You can't. Definitely. It's kind of like he's literally touched every single piece.
Definitely.
Of the music business and his craft. So,
definitely.
Honorable. That's one of them ones where it's like, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
Right.
But he's very successful on the underground, and I always that's one of my.
I can respect that.
All right, so lastly, how can people find you? Any last words that you would like to leave with us?
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at DJ_Waffles. All platforms DJ Waffles. You can go to my website, www.imdjwaffles.com. Y'all get all the latest updates, the pictures, videos, podcasts, streamings, whatever. I'm on playlists, The Padded Room, Sweet 16, that's on Spotify. Other than that, like independent artists, if y'all seeing this, listen, I'm not the bougie DJ. I'm the real DJ. If I can help you, I'm here for the people. So just reach out to me.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.